Yo, what's up? So today is uh, March 26th, 2023. It's presently 4:19. I am plus 4 hours and 19 minutes in, and I'm about to read the Grundrisse from Karl Marx. My name's Christopher Cote. I'm in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and well, here's my reading. So first is obviously the cover page. I'll maybe include a link to that in the description, and also a link to the original text, since you can be free to remove it, or you can be free to gain the publicity this video will enhance and also involve different faculties that the same reference would have otherwise perhaps taken years to find on its own terms. So if you do wish to involve me in further reading projects, seeing that my products are valued, please don't hesitate to contact me. It would be a pleasure of mine. So, onwards. Grundrisse, Foundations of the Critique of Political Economy. Rough draft. Karl Marx. Written in 1857 to 61. Published in German, 1939 to 41. Source, Grundrisse. Penguin Books in association with New Left Review, 1973. Translated by Martin Nicolaus. In a second, I'm just gonna put this full page. I think it's F11 if I'm not mistaken. How about Control F11? There we go. Notes by Ben Fowkes. Scanned by Tim Delaney. 1997. HTML markup. Andy Blunden. 2002, Dave Allenson, 2015. Ebook conversion, Dave Allenson, 2015. This translation is licensed by the copyright owner, Martin Nicolaus, blessed be he, exclusively to MIA, Marxist Internet Archive, which I am gladly taking a part under as a child of my parent here. For social theories across the spectrum, feel free to visit them at any point, for the library will be much more vast than the requisite time I'll have in this lifetime to read the things that they have shared. Perhaps, maybe not, who knows? How fast life can be, I haven't calculated it yet, but I don't think I'll be reading all of these. Perhaps later, if I do end up getting a fair wage over an audiobook licensing salary of sorts with rights to publish under specific copyright guidelines, I would gladly reflect on my own. But now I'm reflecting out loud, so perhaps someone here can help me in making my dream come true to practice my voice for now, because it's interesting for me as an intrigue to investigate la langue que forme le corps. Non, c'est inconscient qui parle, et celui qui se partage au lieu de se garder pour soi. Est-ce qu'il se partage réellement comme tel, ou est-ce qu'il se prend à se comprendre dans la faille de son désir pour énumérer son parcours qui en est nôtre, qui en dépend? Voilà la question qui nous surprend. Publication on other online sites is prohibited. Can I? Will I do it until the copyright notice shows up? Perhaps, and if not, I'll merely share it privately, and that will be all. If not, glory be thy God. Christian atheism. For Marx was the one who discovered the symptom, and Kant underlined it. La merluste, la plus-value, ce que fonde ce caractère que prend l'amalgame de ces petites poussées, mais non résistances, qui se sont déterminées à travers les temps, comme style et grandeur, d'où vient la qualité que la quantité exprime. Editorial notes are included by permission of Ben Folks. Available online at https
I like Adam Smith.
semicolon / www.marxists.org /archive /marx /works /1857 /Grundrisse /index.htm. Pardon me. Contents, note on the text, analytical contents list, introduction, the chapter on money, the chapter on capital, Bastiat and Carey, editorial notes. Note on the text. Marx wrote this huge manuscript as part of his preparation for what would become a contribution to the critique of political economy, published in 1859, and Capital, published in 1867. Soviet Marxologists released several never-before-seen Marx-Engels works in the 1930s. Most were early works, like the economic and philosophical manuscripts, but the Grundrisse stood alone as issuing forth from the intense period of Marx's decade-long, in-depth study of economics. It is an extremely rich and thought-provoking work, showing signs of humanism and the influence of Hegelian dialectic method. Do note, though, Marx did not intend it for publication as is, so it can be stylistically very rough in places. The series of 7 notebooks were rough drafted by Marx, chiefly for purposes of self-clarification during the winter of 1857 to 58. The manuscript became lost in circumstances still unknown and was first effectively published in the German original in 1953. Alas, this is why I was scratching my head wondering why it was so late, if Marx and Engels lived a generation's time before, or many, I forget, because I haven't done my biography section of Marx, or perhaps haven't, no, I've done some, I might even have, maybe parts of it. Anyways, the particulars of it showed that the next step in the biography formation for transcripting into the website will be to grab an Excel or Google Sheets spreadsheet of the names, first and last, and their date of birth and their date of death, or their age in this current bodily transfusion. The manuscript became lost in circumstances still unknown and was first effectively published in the original in 1953. A limited edition was published by foreign language publishers in Moscow in 2 volumes, 1939 and 1941 respectively, under the editorship of the Marx-Engels-Lenin Institute, Moscow. The first volume contained the introduction and the 7 notebooks translated here. The second added fragments from Marx's 1851 notebooks of excerpts from Ricardo. The fragment Bastiat and Carey, also included in this translation, and miscellaneous related material, also extensive annotations and sources. A photo offset reprint of the 2 volumes bound in one, minus illustrations and facsimiles, was issued by DH Verlag, Berlin, in 1953, and is the basis of the present translation. It is referred to hereafter as Grundrisse. Hosdolsky states that only 3 or 4 copies of the 1939-41 edition ever reached the Western world. Grundrisse, Analytical Contents List, Introduction, Notebook M. 1. Production in general. 2. General relation between production, distribution, exchange, and consumption. 3. The method of political economy. 4. Means, forces of production and relations of production, relations of production and relations of circulation. The chapter on money, notebooks 1 and 2, pages 1 to 7. Darimon's theory of crises, gold export and crises, convertibility and note circulation, value and price, transformation of the commodity into exchange value, money, contradictions in the money relation. 1. Contradiction between commodity as product and commodity as exchange value. 2. Contradiction between purchase and sale. 3. Contradiction between exchange for the sake of exchange and exchange for the sake of commodities. Aphorisms. 4. Contradiction between money as particular commodity and money as general commodity. The Economist and the Morning Star on money. Attempts to overcome the contradictions by the issue of time chits. Exchange value as mediation of private interests. Exchange value, money as social bond. Social relations which create an undeveloped system of exchange. The product becomes a commodity. The commodity becomes exchange value. The exchange value of the commodity becomes money. Money as measure. Money as objectification of general labor time. Incidental remark on gold and silver. Distinction between particular labor and general labor time. Distinction between planned distribution of labor time and measurement of exchange values by labor time. Strabo on money among the Albanians.